Hey Edson, it's Mayor Kevin Zahara here with a COVID-19 update for this week. I do want to talk about the current COVID-19 case count within the province of Alberta before we get into some details about what the town of Edson's doing in response to COVID-19. Some exciting new initiatives coming up. But first on the numbers, we've seen some pretty consistent new case numbers each day, about 40 to 50 cases throughout the province as the economy is opening up here in phase 2. We have seen that here in the Edson area, no new cases, which is certainly good news at the time of this recording. We've seen in the region no new cases, which means we're falling back into old habits, getting more and more complacent, not really worrying about COVID-19, and we really have to be cautious of not falling into those old habits because Edson's located on the Trans-Canada Highway, and we have a ton of people coming from other communities through our community, whether that's to British Columbia or to Edmonton. And a lot of these areas have a lot of cases, so people could be carrying it and would not even know it. And then you go fill up your vehicle, for example, and guess what? It's on your hands, you touch your face, all of a sudden you're infected. And then we have an outbreak in our community. That's something that we don't want to see. I don't want to panic people, but we have to be cautious. So please ensure that you're continuing to sanitize your hands and being extra cautious. And wear masks if that's something that you feel like you need to do. Also physically distance as much as possible and just be smart about what you're doing out there as we are dealing with this COVID-19 pandemic. Really, really important that we do that because I really would hate us to have to step back and move back into phase 1 when we really need to get the economy back open and we need to get people back into their regular lives. But we can only do that if people are adhering to those guidelines. Now, when it comes to the town of Edson and some of the initiatives we're doing, Edson Town Council had a committee of the whole meeting last night and endorsed a number of new initiatives. Now, committee of the whole isn't a regular council meeting, so we don't make any formal decisions, but we give direction and say whether or not we are going to support a specific initiative and make it, give some details to administration to bring back to us for a formal resolution from council. So we've endorsed this. It still has to come back to council for final approval, but these are the initiatives, and I'm very excited to let you know that we are partnering with Community Futures West Yellowhead on 2 initiatives to support the business community. The first is we are going to be hiring economic development business liaison officer specifically for the town of Edson. Community Futures West Yellowhead was able to obtain a federal grant which would pay for a part-time position. The town of Edson is going to kick in some money to make it full-time. We're going to share that position 50-50 and really provide business support within the town of Edson. Community Futures West Yellowhead does a phenomenal job with supporting business, ensuring that businesses have support and coaching services available, and they have access to all the details of the different programs available through Community Futures West Yellowhead, provincial government, federal government, and of course, the town of Edson as well. So we're going to be partnering together. That position is going to be based here in the town office, but it will be a position through Community Futures West Yellowhead, 10-month position, and it's certainly going to be important as we look at economic recovery. We'll have a job posting going out here very, very soon, and then businesses will be able to access that individual and we'll be able to work together on ways to support businesses within the town of Edson. The second initiative is a loan program through the various savings we found in our operating budget this year. You are aware we cut $1.8 million worth of spending. We have reduced service levels in our community, and that was so we would have funding available to help businesses and help taxpayers in our community. Of course, we provided over $500,000 in tax relief this year as well. So this loan program will be available. We're working out the details. Loans up to $15,000 will be available to Town of Edson businesses with an active Town of Edson business license that have a storefront and that need funding for things such as setting up a website, online presence, improving their property in response to COVID-19, helping with cash flow, and that money will be repaid back over the next number of years. Our intention is that money will go back into a reserve for a phase 2 program, which will help with business redevelopment, downtown revitalization, or those sorts of programs. Really, it's a way to support our businesses through this pandemic. We know a lot of businesses are having cash flow issues and not sure how they're going to pay for these things. So these are going to be low interest loans through Community Futures West Yellowhead, funding provided by the town of Edson, and really another way to support our business community. Once again, details still need to be worked out, but if you are a business and you're you're looking to the future, be aware this is going to be coming. Hopefully in the month of July, we'll have something together and out to the business community. So those are two initiatives. The third initiative is something that is new to the province of Alberta. And that is because the provincial government passed Bill 7 earlier this year, giving municipalities the opportunity to have a tax incentive bylaw for non-residential properties. This is the first time that we've had the availability to do this, and Council endorsed a plan to adopt a bylaw which would provide tax incentives to new development within our community or improvements in our community of over 25% on a parcel of a land or property. Details, once again, going to be coming back to Council, but if you're going to do a development and you increase that value by over 25%, you will be eligible for a tax incentive within the town of Edson for non-residential properties. And that tax incentive will be over a 5-year program, which is another way we're trying to spur development, support businesses, encourage businesses to make improvements and property owners to make improvements to buildings in the community. And that tax incentive will apply only to the improvement, not on the existing property. So once again, we'll have details rolled out here in the next number of weeks, but another exciting initiative we're doing to support business and hopefully spur some jobs in our community as well, which is so crucially important with what's going on today. As I leave you here, I do want to say congratulations once again to the graduating class of 2020. This weekend, normally Parkland would be celebrating their grad. I know they have a virtual celebration going on, and I do want to say congratulations to them, the HRH graduates, those are the Christian school, outreach kids, homeschoolers. Congratulations to all the grads and all those that made your schooling such a success. And a special shout out to our youth counselors that are graduating this year. Congratulations going out to you. And I also want to say congratulations to Jonah Heisey, my nephew, also graduating this year. Normally at a grad ceremony, I would give a speech, and I know with his brother, I kind of made some jokes. I would have done that for Jonah as well. But because this is a much larger platform, I won't do that. But once again, congratulations, Jonah. Have yourself a great week, and we'll have a further update for you coming up next week.